Hey, and welcome back to another video. I think this is like the fourth one in the series here. If you are going through the free trial or if you've already upgraded to the paid course, then yay! In this video, I want to give you an understanding and kind of like the back end kind of thing so that you understand the whole Wix platform, because I know when you're brand new, it can be really confusing and feel a little bit overwhelming. And remember, if you are inside of the paid course and you get access to this support community, if at any time you're feeling overwhelmed, you don't know where something is, that is really the opportunity to reach out, ask for help. You have that ability. And if you still have questions, be sure to hop into our weekly live Q&A call so you can get all of your questions answered. And if you haven't upgraded yet and you're in the free trial, I'm actually adding all the lessons and stuff in here right now. If you click on this hot yellow, I guess you'd call that like a neon yellow thing, when you click on upgrade and enroll or scroll all the way down, that is how you would upgrade to unlock the full course and the support. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive in. All right, so the first thing that you're going to see here on the screen is what I call, this is going to be the overview, the Wix site overview. Now, if you only have one website here, that is what's going to be showing as soon as you connect your website to a domain. And if you haven't already purchased a domain, I'll show you how to do that either through Wix or through a website domain thing. So we'll get to that in a second. You don't need that quite yet, okay? Now, if you've already gone through the previous lesson, you have selected a template. One other thing you can do is if you ever want to like explore a different template and kind of figure out which design really works best for you, you can always click on this tab right here, the Create a New Site. But overall, this screen that you're seeing right here is what I call the Wix site overview screen, okay? Now, you'll notice up here that this is where any notifications will happen, like if someone is opting into your site, if you miss a payment or something like that, if you're on a month-to-month payment schedule, Wix will let you know right there. In the upper right-hand corner, you can see your photo should be there. This is where you can access everything like your account settings. When you purchase your domain, if you decide that you want to purchase a mailbox through Wix, which I do recommend because it actually you'll be able to manage that there. So for example, I can purchase Sara at saramichaels.com. It's a little bit cheaper to purchase through Wix than through Gmail, but it is fulfilled through G Suite, which is the business Gmail mailbox service. So that's pretty cool. You can see here your subscriptions, billing history, and anything else that you need right there. Now, keep in mind, if you ever are experiencing, you're just, frustrated and you're like, oh, I just want to hire someone to do my site, you could go to this here and you could hire a random Wix partner, or you can reach out to myself and my team directly if at any point you feel like you just want to hire someone else to do the designing. Just go ahead and reach out and we would be happy to take care of you. Okay. So again, this is the site overview tab. Now, when you click on the site, so let's say like I want to edit this site here, you can see if I select it or I click on the pencil, it will actually bring up what we call the editor. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a second. Now, the other thing is when you click on site actions, this is where you will be able to see the different options that come up. So if you want to name your site, so for example, if you want to call it like Sara Michaels, or if you want to call it whatever your name is, that is what you would do on this tab, the site action tab. Now, in the future, if you're adding contributors, you want to make a duplicate, those are what those buttons are for. So for right now, all I want you to do is click on the pencil and bring up the site editor. Okay, so this is actually my personal website. And so this is what we call the Wix editor. So you guys, this is the Wix site overview screen. Okay, because you're going to need to know this in the future with when I'm saying, okay, pull up your editor or go to the site's overview tab. That's why I'm telling you what all of these are right now so that we have kind of the lingo down. All right, so inside of the editor, this is where the magic happens. Now, the first up here on the toolbar, we're going to go over the top. When you like select down from this menu, you can see an example of all the pages. Right here, the little desktop icon means that you will be editing your site on the desktop. The really nice thing about Wix is that it's got a mobile editor built right into its editor interface. So you'll start designing in the desktop view, and then before you launch and go live, what we're going to do is we're actually going to switch to mobile, make sure everything looks good on the mobile. You can like move stuff around because 70% of your visitors, at least 70% at some point, are going to be visiting from a mobile device. So you want to make sure that your site looks good on the desktop and the mobile. Okay, on to the next one. So you can see here the site tab will bring down your some different options, which we'll get into. The settings, we'll get into all these in a second. The most important thing that you want to see here on the settings tab is all the way down at the bottom, and it's called My Dashboard. This is the most important button and thing to remember because the dashboard is what is going to bring up. I'm going to bring it up in a different screen. The dashboard is what's going to bring up kind of the back end side of your website, like, payment gateways, accessing anything like price quotes, invoices, your store, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so remembering that that's underneath of the settings tab all the way down here on the dashboard. And we're going to dive into the dashboard in a deeper overview on its own in a separate topic in the paid course. But for right now, that's just so you know that that is there. When you are editing, you'll want to make sure that the toolbar, grid lines, and this are all selected. I don't use the rulers. Developer mode, you don't need to use this unless you want to get fancy and start using like code, which you're taking this course probably because you don't. Here's just some of the Wix, like the help center. If you ever can't find something and you really need help right off the bat, I always find that going to the help center is pretty awesome. Now, when you are ready to upgrade your site, you can click here. And this, if you haven't done this already, this is where you'll be able to upgrade and compare the different plans. Okay, now this little thing on the right-hand side of the page is what we call, I believe it's the toolbar. Let me see. Yep, it's the toolbar. So this is where you'll be able to see some of the different options. We'll go into those in a second. When you want to save your work, you can click this button. I have autosave turned on so that it's automatically saving my work. If you want to preview your website to see how things are looking, you will click on that button and it'll take you to a separate one. And when you're ready to publish your site, you will click on this blue button right here, but we're not quite there yet. So the next thing I want to show you here is on the left-hand side. You can see all of these cool little buttons that light up. The very first one at the top is the menu and pages. When you click on that, it will show you all of the different pages on my site. Now, the thing about websites that you'll notice is a lot of these pages don't show up on the menu. They actually have the eyeball with a slash through it. Those are the hidden pages, okay? So those are pages that are hidden because some of them, I don't want them to be visible. I want them to have to like click to another page, and we'll get into that later. So there's that. When you need to edit the specifics of a page, you'll click on the three little buttons to the right, and you can see that this brings up another menu. So for example, when I click on the settings, that will bring me to this. You can set it from your home page. We'll learn more about advanced settings. The layouts tab right here. So again, if I click on the three buttons and click on the settings, that's how this menu will pop up. If I ever wanted to take off the header and footer on a page, I could go like this. And then as you can see, it removed it. It's really helpful when you're doing landing pages or sales pages. On the permissions page right here, you can see that I have the option to make this page available to everyone, only password holders, or members only. And we will go over these different features in a different lesson. The SEO tab here is where we will go into all of your SEO settings. And again, that's a whole separate lesson in the paid course. We're just going through a quick overview. The social share button right here, this is where you can upload an image. So if I were to share this page on my Facebook, it would have a really cool image right here. And then the advanced SEO tab, which again is a lesson for the paid course. Okay, so now that you see here, this is where the site menu is. So you can see there's quite a bunch of different options inside of there. When you add a page, you would do so with the button at the bottom. If you want to add a page that links to a separate site, this is where you would do that right here. Okay, so I could always do that. I could link it to a website address. Okay, so I could name something. So this is an extremely handy thing if you for example, if you're building funnels, if you don't know what a funnel is, we can talk about that later. But if you're building like sales pages and stuff like that, or you have a funnel, the nice thing is that you can add a link to your funnel page. So for example, I could add a page there. I could link it to a separate URL. If I had, really anything that isn't on my website that I want to link to, I could give the page a name and then it would automatically redirect to that other link, which is kind of a cool feature. This little button all the way down at the bottom is if I want to add a folder that has a submenu. So for example, if I wanted to have courses not be clickable, I would just do that and then put the names of my courses underneath. And again, I'm trying to go over this pretty quick, but give you an in-depth overview, and then we're going to kind of expand upon this in the upcoming lessons, okay? So there you can see that. This little box right here is how you can update the page background. Now, this one right here is how you access the elements. Okay, so that plus sign right there is where all of the different elements come into play. So as you can see, if you want to add text, image, galleries, vector art, shapes, interactive buttons, these are kind of fun to play with. Like if you want to add a slider as your header, like with multiple different pictures and texts and videos, and then these cool little hover boxes where if you add them and hover over them, it kind of changes. Those are super, super fun. Yeah, like look at that. Ooh, so cool. I love all the different things that you have available. And you don't even have to know how to code in order to get this. Like, look at this one. Isn't that fun? It's just so much fun to play. So these are some of the interactive ones. Your buttons are located here. Boxes, strips. So they have different elements right here. You can explore. I would really just recommend, exploring some of the different things. Listen grids, videos, music. The really cool thing here is that if you have a YouTube channel, so if you're an influencer, if you have any kind of vlogs or tutorials, you can actually sync your YouTube channel to your Wix page, which is, oh my gosh, how cool is that? Then you can actually have a page right on your website where all of your channel videos are, which is awesome because then you're keeping the traffic on your website. Just super, super cool. Then they have music. So if you have a podcast, you want to add Spotify. If you're a podcaster, this is huge. SoundCloud, you can sell your downloads. They have built-in social tabs. You can add your Facebook page, contact forms, menu, light boxes. We'll talk about those. The light boxes are like a pop-up screen. Content manager, don't worry about that one. Your blog, if you have products, there's a store. Yeah, exactly. You don't need an e-commerce store. You don't need to have Shopify anymore because guess what? You can add it all right to your Wix site, which is, I know, it's amazing. Bookings are right here. If you want to add a paid plan, you can do that. So if you have something that's like a service that could be recurring, like maybe a membership or a set amount of lessons. If you're a personal trainer, a coach, something like that, you can sell paid plans right from your site. So simple. There's a member tab and then more. There's even more. So literally, they have so much stuff in here, events, maps, everything all built right into your site. If you want to have an FAQ section, you want to upload files and documents, AdSense, site search, events, bookings, and then as if you couldn't find enough, there's a whole entire app market through Wix, which is just crazy. So that's why if you've ever tried any other design platform, or you've been on like WordPress, or you tried Squarespace, and now you're seeing what they have available with this, your mind is probably like blown, because I know mine was. It's so awesome. So you can always explore the cool things in here. Like I have not even touched on all of the amazing things that you can get through Wix and through the Wix app market. It's incredible. Okay. Um, then not only that, but we also have media. So you can sync and integrate your Facebook, Instagram, Drive, and Google Photos so that you can access all of the different photos. There's a photo studio right built into your Wix website where I could even take the background out of my images so that I had a standalone image. Wix Video Maker is actually partnered with Magisto, and you are getting the equivalent of a $97 per month package built right into your Wix price, which is really cool. Another thing that's awesome is if you don't have access to high quality images yourself, you don't need them. You can totally brand yourself using the high quality images found right here through Wix inside of the free Wix images. They do have a partnership with Shutterstock, which means that instead of having to purchase through Shutterstock where it's a little more expensive, you can get high quality images at a discount. But now this is one of the most awesome things that happened last year with Wix is they actually partnered with Unsplash, which is my very, very favorite high quality photo collection site. So like creators will upload their images here, and guess what? Wix got access to them, and so they're now partnered with Unsplash. So when you go searching in the Wix library, you get access to literally millions of photos that were right here available through Unsplash, which is super, super cool. Oh my gosh. Then you also have the blog. So if you are a blogger, or you want to add a blog to increase valuable content, you can go ahead and add that. There's the store. Yay, if you want to add products right there. As you can see, they have product galleries. Your store is mobile optimized, multiple payment methods, all available right through your site, effortless inventory. And another thing is the automation. So we'll go into that later. But if you're going to have the e-commerce store, you'll want to make sure to have an e-commerce plan like we talked about. I think it was the Business Unlimited e-commerce plan that fits most of our clients. I mean, unless you have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of products, but that should work. It's just so awesome because if someone abandons your cart, you instead of having to go and learn how to do an integration or a zap, you can actually set a trigger up right through your Wix site, and email or message that person, which is really cool. They also have an email marketing platform built right into your Wix website. So if you're just getting started, you don't want to have to purchase this as a standalone service for like, 15 or 30 bucks a month. It's built right into your Wix. And it's super cool. It's really affordable, and it's really amazing. So I highly recommend it. And then at the bottom, you also have your bookings. So if you take any kind of consultations now, you're a hairstylist, a massage therapist, you run any kind of a tour site, or, whatever it is, if you have someone booking on your calendar, maybe they're going to do a discovery call for a course or a mastermind, you can put these right onto your site. Okay, it is so, so, so amazing. And you can even access, it syncs right to your Google Calendar, and it's managed all right here through Wix. And as soon as someone does a booking, it'll send you a notification on your Wix app. So you'll get it directly on your phone as well as an email, which is really cool. So there's a really in-depth overview of the site editor and kind of everything that's available. And I know if you're brand new here and you're like, oh my gosh, what did I just get myself into? I promise you, we're going to break this down step by step in the upcoming tutorials inside of the course because I know it is a lot. I know, trust me. And we're going to keep it really simple and really applicable. So what I mean by that is you're going to learn on the go. So in the next lessons, I'm going to have you like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to design your header. We're going to add your buttons in. So it's going to seem simple, almost maybe too simple, but I just want you to have an understanding, a basic understanding of everything that's available here so you can really grasp how much of a tool Wix is versus the other platforms that are out there, because there are other drag and drop platforms out there. You know, there's Squarespace, there's GoDaddy, you know, you've got Weebly, and what really sets Wix apart is its business integrations. And that's why I especially recommend it for online entrepreneurs, stores, anyone taking payments, anything like that. It's really important. So now the next thing that we want to go over here is the dashboard. And they're like, oh my gosh, your payments aren't going through. So as you can see, I literally just launched my site a couple weeks ago. And in the last, I don't know, week and a half since we launched, we've got 267 site visits, which is pretty cool considering I don't have anything set up on the site. So as I go through the Style It Yourself course, I'm going to be showing you step by step how to do it because I will be completing it on my own site. So this is the dashboard. So remember when I told you inside of the settings, okay, all the way down at the bottom, you get to the dashboard. This is where the dashboard is located on for your Wix site. Okay, this is where you're going to see kind of like the back end side of your product. So anytime your marketing tools are inside of here, you can see you can create posts. If you want to do a Facebook or an Instagram ad, I'll show you how to do that. If you want to do email campaigns, I'm just really going over really quickly in here, but I want you to kind of see everything that's available. You can add tasks on the left-hand side here, and you can also see that I can access my account from the dashboard. So then we have store products. So this is where you would add those in. If you have a store, you can manage your orders here. You can manage your blog posts. So inside of the Ascend right here, this is where you get access to customer management, prices, invoices. I can manage my leads, my, sales, anything like that. That's all done right through here. The marketing tools that we have access to are the SEO, email campaigns, Facebook advertising. Again, if you want to hire a marketing pro, don't go here. Contact myself or my team if you're looking for help with advertising or anything like that. We will help you. So don't click this. Come to me. Ignore that one. Email campaigns, social posts, promo videos, and then this is where your automations come in, coupons, and you'll also be able to connect your Facebook pixel, which is super cool. Okay, so then you can see there's a whole tab now for Facebook ads, which if you've done ever any kind of Facebook advertising, this is huge because this makes it so simple to be able to reach your right audience. So as you can see, Wix is an approved Facebook marketing partner, which is just so cool. It's exciting. I get so nerdy over this. And then there's marketing integrations and more. So that's just under the marketing tab. Underneath of the financial tools, you can see transactions, price quotes, invoices, and you can actually do financial integrations. So if you have QuickBooks, you could integrate it with that, making it very easy. And then we have the settings here, and underneath of the settings, I know it's a lot, are where you can track everything else like analytics, store settings, invoices. If you want to add someone to be able to edit your site, store taxes, SEO, all of the things. So that's in there. Okay. I have just done a massive overview. You probably need to go take a bubble bath and maybe have a glass of wine. Just relax and know that we're going to go over every single thing in here. You'll be able to pick and choose. So some of this might not apply to you, okay? Like you might not have a store yet, or you might not be taking customers. That's okay. As you're going to go through the paid course, we're going to walk through step by step how to set your site up, how to go through all of this stuff in the back end, how to connect the domain, how to make sure everything's optimized so that you have a fully functioning site that is optimized, strategic. It's out there building your business, and it's not going to take you years of experience in order to figure this out. You're not going to have to read through endless amounts of blogs or like tutorials trying to duct tape this all together. We're going to be partnering together step by step, walking alongside of you as you build your website and breaking all of this down. It's completely self-paced. So remember, you can go as quickly or as slow as you want. I recommend following the minimal maximista, whatever launch plan so that you can get your website up and running. And then we can dive into some of the more advanced things. And also keeping in mind that you can always go back to different topics later on and dive further into them. But the goal of the paid course here is to get you in there, walk you through it, teach you all the things you need to know so you come away with this gorgeous professional site that is going to be performing and functioning as if you just hired myself and my team for like a $10,000 to $15,000 website and you got it for less than $1,000, which is going to be awesome. So there it is. This is your in-depth, comprehensive Wix overview of the site overview, the editor, and the dashboard. Now, take a deep breath, and we're going to dive into more in the next lesson. Thank you for being here again. At any time, if you're like, okay, I can't do this on my own, I need to upgrade, I need to do this, make sure you go ahead, click back, find it somewhere where you can do the upgrade and enroll. Get in here. We're ready to help you, and we will be waiting to welcome you. So thanks so much. If you have any questions, please, I'll put a message me or some button somewhere on this site. When you message me, you will reach myself or my team, and some real person will answer you back. Otherwise, we'll see you on the inside. Thanks for watching.